Boom. Hopefully, you all remembered that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness tickets went on sale today at 9 a.m. Eastern. I remembered at 9:05, was able to buy 3 tickets by 9:20. That was a little humble flex for you. Now, with that in mind, there is a new episode of Moon Knight coming out tonight. Well, it's already out because they released them at 3 o'clock in the morning for the unemployed. And everyone else will probably watch it at night or at work and get fired for it. But we're going to watch episode 1 just to talk some Marvel stuff, bring ourselves up to speed. Let's begin. Oh, it's on Disney Plus. And I noticed that Disney Plus has added Man in the Arena, Tom Brady. I think that we did an episode, but if you haven't seen it, you need to. Okay, let's do a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and play. I will say something that I hate about this new Disney Plus that allows adult stuff is that I have to put my PIN in every time I log into the app. How about trust me? Now, I assume that we have all watched Moon Knight already. I love this intro. Powerful. For those who don't know, that's Ethan Hawke's hand. They got Ethan Hawke in the MCU. And Oscar Isaac. Apparently, a lot of people think that he is above this kind of thing. I think they're forgetting he was in the last 3 Star Wars, but yeah. Right? Imagine. And what better way to introduce a villain than, yeah, this is what he does. I don't care if it's religious. I don't care if he was just some kind of masochist. Either way, you terrify me if I see you put your bare feet in some sandals full of glass. Somebody like that will bite the tip off a penis. Because for me, that's like the worst thing you can do. Calmly walks out. Now, still no idea exactly what they're going to do with this character because in the comics, he was like a little one off. Not a big deal. The fact that they chosen to make him a big deal means that he's probably like merged with some other villain who has a little bit more girth to them. Love the new opening. I love seeing Cap holding the shield. Groot, we got our new Cap. I think that it'll probably always end with Black Panther just giving Chadwick Boseman his roses, excuse me. I don't know who sings this. It could be Perry Como. It could be just some other random Sinatra-esque type singer. But this song comes back several times, and I love it because they're just beating into your head like he needs to wake up, one of his personalities. Wakes up, he's surrounded by sand as opposed to the other dude who had glass. A single footprint. Not sure of the significance. However, I saw someone point out, oh, well, he starts his day off with putting his feet in the sand. A little bit closer to Egypt. Maybe. And again, how can you trust that you haven't left the house? Because everything's on the inside. Perhaps your other personality just puts it back because they want you to believe that you've been inside all night. This little Nemo goldfish who's basically missing a flipper. A lot of people believe that there is no mom who's actually on the other end of that phone. But part of the fun of this is not knowing what's real. Oh, okay, that was a voicemail. So perhaps there just is no mom. Been there. That's something in New York. Like, there was a time when I used to react if somebody started sleeping on me. Unless you're really heavy or snoring or drooling, I'm probably just going to let you sleep. Like, fuck it. I'm just waiting to get to my stop. Hey, little girl, I saw you put your trash in there. Get out. Oscar Isaac can play pretty much any ethnicity other than black. Sometimes I forget he's Hispanic because he looks very Middle Eastern to me. Oh, sorry, I put subtitles on because I'm that person and it paused everything. There's nothing worse than being late. I don't know how I did it for so long because when you're late to work, it's like a cloud hanging over you. You're just waiting for somebody to call it out. Jelly beans, isn't it? This reminds me, I used to come in late and I would try to I wouldn't say hello. I would just wave. And this one older woman would say the loudest hello at like 9:15 and I'm like, "Come on, you're killing me." Now, if you're making plans to be somewhere at a specific time with the dude who's always late to work, shouldn't you expect him to be late? And as rude as his boss is to him, she allows this. She allows him to be late. You're pitching woo on the job. She's not giving you a bunch of shit about it. We could get along. Third time this week. I was late 3 times one week. I got fired. Not that week. She was a jerk and waited for my review. Just something else to pile on. I love that. That's actually crushing to hear a line like, hold on a second, that hurt. But anyway, what was I saying? So, we are probably going to see the Egyptian gods that he talks about, since Khonshu is such a big deal. That is a god that is inside of him. And there appears to be another god inside of Ethan Hawke's character who was betrayed. And Enoch? I feel like his name is Enoch, but I'm bad with foreign names. Big Pimpin' fits anywhere. And I love that somebody said, yeah, put that right there. I laughed like a child at the fact that he's holding this man hostage. Now, this man in the comics is actually a friend of his, who like spies around town for him in New York City. But just thinking of a street performer who gets talked to on a daily basis for God knows how long on end, hilarious. Notice that they have Android. I'm pretty positive that didn't look like an iPhone since they've looked the same for the past 5 years. Well, not necessarily. Some women might see that and think that you're a different kind of person. I love the little visual trick that they're going to do. See, on the flip flop, now it looks like we're looking at it one way when in fact it is upside down and all in a reflection. Who goes and gets more sand to smooth that out? Oh, so that he can see if he's gotten out of bed, of course. I would think you would just kitty litter it. Drag like a little rake through it. Now, you know I was super high when I saw this. And this part right here is what let me know I was in for a good time. The Ennead, I think is how that's pronounced. Okay. Yes, you woke up with a broken jaw, and that's got to suck. But let's ask ourselves a more important question. Where is your passport? Now, here is a big deal because they have basically shown us Victor Von Doom's home, Liberia. This is the first time that anything this close to Doom has been shown. The voice we hear would be Conchu. Now, that village right there is overlooked by Castle Von Doom, if that is the name. I believe it is. And where did he get that scarab? Castle Von Doom. I'm curious why Doom had the scarab. And I hope to God that they decide to show some kind of confirmation that he exists by the end of this series. Because he can't be happy that they took his scarab that we don't know what it does yet. The guards speak English, which is odd because they're clearly in a different place than the UK where he went to sleep. A little move from the fugitive here. All right now, just blend. They've even got some black people in this village. Seems like the kind of town we wouldn't travel to, but you never know. Now, this does take place after the events of Avengers Endgame. So, after half of the planet got taken away and then they come back, I guess people will be willing to believe in almost anything. I'm not sure the qualities that people get judged by, but I'll be damned if he's judging me. I might have plans tomorrow. All right, now you get to go home and continue living, which you could have done if I hadn't judged you. All right, now this old lady thinking it's sweet. It's like, I believe if I'm wrong and God is real, he'll see my heart and know, you weren't a bad dude. However, he might actually be the vengeful dude that everybody thinks he is. Not good enough, old bitch. You never said God bless you when people sneezed. Now burn for it? Amit. Go grind that up. We'll have taco salad. Old lady taco salad. Okay, and we're all bowing. Oh no, he's got it all wrong. That's not me. Where am I? Now, I don't know how long it took him. And Oscar Isaac is great in pretty much everything I've seen him in. But the physicality of this scene is wonderful. Well, you don't have to ask again. I don't think I'm giving it to you. High stepping away. Why'd that old guy come out of that house? What were you doing? Just watching everything from inside? I love that. This episode 2, I expect to see more of Moon Knight or the mercenary Mark doing God's work. But for the first episode, I love the cutaways and coming back like, I don't know what just happened, but people are dead whenever I blink my eyes. Where'd that guy come from in the alley? Please don't steal. You see Von D something on the back of that van, all the little cues. And even this windy road here, also Latveria. Another Wake Me Up song. I mean, the scenery does look beautiful, but I'll never understand the people who like see something like this and then go, "Ooh, I'd love to see that in real life." I'm seeing a lot of mountains, not a lot of places to take a shit unless you want to dig a hole. No malls, no Walmart. Pine Sol getting a little shout out. Old ladies giving the bird. I love it. That's right. Choke on this cupcake. Man, like, look at the reflexes on Steven. And it looked like that truck was going the wrong way, unless they're all headed the wrong way, but that would mean the old lady was too. You should never drive. And let us hope he doesn't have a license of any kind, because if you're snapping in and out like that, you know, my mother's out there on these roads. I think it's dead. Into the trees. Yeah, terrible way to die. Ah, dreams. Thank goodness that wasn't real. 'Cause I never knew if my passport was in my back pocket. Looking very forward to seeing both versions of Moon Knight. He grew a fin. Well, they don't do that, so this is a new fish. I see. Well, thank goodness they cost $1. Yeah, your collar is not date appropriate. Let's fix it. God, seeing that just reminds me of like, I'm such a dick when it comes to people being on time. If you're late, just don't show up, because I have ruined several dates because somebody was late within, let's say, 5 to 20 minutes. And I was never the type to let it go like, oh, well, thank goodness you're here. Like, more like, motherfucker, why didn't you text me? I've been sitting here looking like I was getting stood up with the staff asking me if somebody will be joining me and if I need something. Why does everybody keep telling me it's Sunday? It's clearly not. I mean, if that's what it took to get you to have some, right on. Steak is too good. This will change your life. It's all buttery and shit. Let that melt all down your esophagus. Oscar Isaac always looks like such a villain. He looks like at any moment he could slash somebody's throat. Maybe it's his eyes, because they are chilling. Looking at an image, because they still haven't released a trailer for Thor Love and Thunder, but apparently some promotional cups have come out, and it's the first good look we've gotten at the Mighty Thor, which is Jane Foster, who has apparently picked up the hammer that Hela destroyed in Thor Ragnarok. I can't wait. This summer it's going to be scrumptious. Yeah, that fish doesn't want any of that food. You got shit all over your face, man. Trying to fatten me up and eat me? I wonder if goldfish like get in the bowl and can tell that another fish was there and is no longer. Now, this show apparently got watched more than WandaVision and Hawkeye, and was up there with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is interesting. I didn't realize Falcon and the Winter Soldier had more people watch the first episode than WandaVision. But I guess WandaVision was so good that people were like, well, I got to get on the fucking Disney Plus bandwagon. An old TV or an old iMac? They look very similar. Is that where you hid the scarab? By the way, the voice of Conchu is the old man. I don't know the actor's name, but the old man who is in Mystic Quest on Apple TV, which that show is wonderful. And I'm glad to see him getting more work because he's hilarious. And Layla is getting blown the fuck up. I hope that's his wife or something. I don't know who Layla is, but texting and calling for months. Plural? I'm texting and call for a week. Mark? I do always feel like a mark. It would be sad if this is how, like, dissociative identity disorder really worked, where you just know that you're not in control. I don't think that they're actually aware of what the others are doing. I will hit you in the face with this phone. It is a flip phone, but it will hurt. That would be enough for me. I'd have to take a walk. I'm not sleeping there. Nope, my mind's playing tricks on me. The LSD has come back around, which I took plenty of acid in my 20s. I have never gotten a free trip. They were feeding us lies in high school, man. In times of an emergency, always take the stairs, never the elevator. Because what do I want to be when my heart's beating out of my chest and I think I'm going to die? Trapped in a box. He might be the only Marvel hero that didn't have to bulk up for his show because he's never going to be bare chested. Yeah, you're all right. Excuse me for a moment. I know what murder looks like. I'm not going to hurt you. The way that, and that's Conchu again, the way that old people are getting attacked in New York, I don't blame that lady. Or everyone on the bus who moves a couple steps away from him. What do you do when you realize you're batshit crazy? And I didn't expect for the shit to hit the fan when he got to work like this, but I love it. Let's not play it like the normal thing where we wait a few episodes to introduce them again. Let's get right to the nitty grit. It's not a beetle, it's a scarab. I don't know the difference. That doesn't sound evil. I don't want to wait for somebody to be a sinner. I can feel that this dude's got sin in him. Let me eat him. So we're not going with free will at all, huh? And where was she when Hitler was doing his thing? Why didn't she eat that baby? Oh, okay. I totally didn't even realize. And I've watched this twice now. Totally didn't realize that he actually answered the Hitler question. The Last Airbender. Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, I'm not trying to please him. I'm just living with it. I always wonder, like, what actors have bad breath because a lot of people smoke, so a lot of people don't like to be right up in your face. But some people just have bad breath, and actors generally have to recite their lines really close to other people's faces. A whole day of somebody with cheese breath talking in your mouth, thank goodness they're paid very well. Now, when he said chaos, I instantly went to like WandaVision chaos magic, and I was like, is there some kind of chaos magic involved with this? I don't think there is. I think he just meant chaos because there's multiple things happening inside his body, like other personality, along with an old Egyptian god. That's pretty chaotic. And I like that after that, he went back to work. Like these people came to your job and frightened you, and then you just continued working. That's a sick day if I've ever heard it. Look at the little timid steps that he takes. Like he does really become a totally different character than the man that we're going to meet in the mirror shortly. No, I can't. Look behind this statue. It's probably some kind of racism, but anything Egyptian monster wise would probably scare me way more than like an American monster, just because they're in the sand all the time. And I know that sounds stupid, but I hate sand. And if it came from the sand, I feel like it's going to be coarse. How am I supposed to get to the gift shop? Your monster's in between me and the gift shop. Don't knock that over. It's priceless. Yeah, and that thing doesn't care, even though it didn't knock anything over, surprisingly. Just did some damage to the wall. It's being very respectful of a lot of these valuables. See? Now we're meeting Mark Spector, who is the main persona, the not vigilante, mercenary, who's been killing all these people whenever he blacks out. And he's the one that Khonshu actually wanted to be his avatar. I don't think Khonshu realized he was dealing with split personalities and that he wouldn't be the mercenary all the time. Goddamn right you're not. Give me control. I'm gonna get a chili dog after I kill this thing. And then the payoff. And I hope we see a lot more of Moon Knight in episode 2. But yes, they gave me all I needed. They barely showed us anything, yet somehow the first episode was still awesome. Now beat the shit out of that jackal. Yes. Loved it, loved everything about it. I hope that you guys loved it too. Go watch episode 2. Go try to find tickets for that weekend. I'm sure Thursday night shows are gone by now. We'll talk soon. Pieces.